This is a story that plays in the back of my mind quite often, so looking forward to sharing. Please share to keep these stories alive. So once when the world was younger, there was a young man in a small village, and he was a fast runner, and he loved to run. He was an amazing sprinter, and his people were proud of him. His father regularly honored him for how fast and how well he could run. Well, there came a time that the young men were invited to a gathering, and at this gathering they played many games, they made many trades, many marriages would happen, and they would run races. So they gathered all their belongings and made the trek to this gathering. Well, it just so happens that he was such a good runner that an old medicine man from a village not too far away had heard of him. So this medicine man decided to make the trek to the gathering to see just how good this young man was. Well, the morning of the races began, and he took his place, this young runner, at the starting line. And when the shout to begin was given, he tore off running, and boy, he just gave it everything he had. He heard all the people cheering, and it was like wings on his feet. He ran and ran and ran, and sure enough, he won the race. When he stood at the finish line and turned to face all the people gathered, oh, his soul was lifted. Everybody congratulating him, praising him. It felt divine. It was amazing. But then this old man comes up to him, pats him on the shoulder and says, "Another race?" The young man thinks, kind of a little tired, but yes, I'm feeling so good. Let's do another race. So new runners lined up. But this race wasn't a sprint. This was a long distance race. This was miles. But once again, when the shout was given, he takes off running as fast and as hard as he could. And he wasn't used to running long distance races. Well, about an hour and a half in, he starts to find himself getting tired. Can't give it the same speed. Some runners that he had left way behind him began to catch up. He began to get nervous. But he just kept running, but his legs started to shake. His breathing started to get labored. And he started to really struggle. He wanted to win. He was the runner. This is what he did. This is what he was known for. This is what brought his people and his father pride. I've got to win. Renewed energy floods through him, and he pushes forward. But he hits yet another wall. So tired. Moving so much slowly. And he felt despair begin to creep up in him. He felt a different kind of fear that he had never felt before. Fear of disappointment, of being humiliated. Here he was, claiming what a great runner he was, and he just didn't have strength in him anymore. He was about ready to give up. Things started to get dark inside. He began to put his head down and slow even more. But then something his grandfather said rose up from within. For his grandfather had told him long ago, when you find yourself lost, when you find yourself in the darkness, remember your prayers. When this voice rose up within him, he chose to put the other voices away, and he reached inside himself with prayer. But see, we pray in a different way. We don't say, "Great Spirit, please help me. Please give me strength. Please help me win the race." No. We say, "Thank you, Great Spirit, for this opportunity. Thank you for the strength. thank you for the endurance. Thank you for helping me cross the finish line. And when he did, light began to flood in. Renewed strength, renewed vigor, and he picked up the pace once more. And the funniest thing is he came around the corner. There was the finish line. He wasn't so far away after all. So he gave it everything he could and crossed and won. And once again, the people cheered. He didn't even win first. He won third. But they called for him and they celebrated him, and all the fatigue, all the fear just washed out of his body, and it was amazing. Oh, he felt so good standing there, his body trembling, his mouth so dry, but oh, the praises of the people, their love and their happiness just filled him with this bliss. The medicine man came around again, still catching his breath, pats him on the shoulder and tells him, "Another race? Oh, grandfather, I'm exhausted. I don't think I have it in me. Just one more. It's a short race." "Oh, grandfather," but the people cheered. "One more race, one more race." Oh, okay, I'm going to take my learnings that I am a much better short distance runner than I am a long distance runner. Okay, if the people are asking it, oh, the excitement in my heart is great. Let's do it. So he comes around to the starting line, and the medicine man leads up two people. One, an old woman. The second, a blind man. And kind of confused, like, what is this? I'm not sure what this is. But the people cheered and gave encouragement. Okay, so the shout was given, and off he ran, much slower because he was tired. Crossed the finish line, turned around and waited for the applause and the cheers, and there were none. He was confused, but I crossed the finish line. I won. Oh, but the people actually were turning away from him. He was confused, he was hurt, he was scared. What is this? I don't understand. The medicine man comes up to him. "Grandfather, what did I do? It's like they're ashamed of me. I don't understand what I did. I thought this was a race. Let me show you something." And he takes the young man back to the starting line. And he tells the young man, "Run with them, not against them. Finish the race together." The young man, not really understanding, but trusting the elder, linked arms with the old woman and the blind man. And they slowly made their way down the racetrack. And the people began cheering once more, encouraging them. Oh, the smile on the grandmother's face, the excitement in the blind man as they all crossed the finish line together. And the wise man comes to him and says, "Do you understand now?" And the young man says, "Yes, grandfather, I believe that I do. It's not just about the race or winning the race. It's how we run the race that matters, and to not leave anyone behind." Yes, my son, yes, you will make a great leader. Thank you for your strength and your willingness to learn. It runs in my head a lot because at the end of the day, I want to get it done, and I want to get it done right. But how many times have we heard that old saying of sometimes right is the enemy of good? It's the enemy of done. There are so many things in our lives where we just need to get it done. It's not about perfection. It's about this life that we're on and how we live it. Why are we always rushing? So much of our anxiety comes from that. Gotta do this, and then this next, and then this next. Oh, I forgot to do this. Oh, and then this next. There's always things to do. Always work, always laundry, always dishes, always things to take care of, always bills and taxes to pay. But how do we live our life? How do we run this race? Why does it have to be a race? Slow down. Enjoy the smiles of the grandmother. Enjoy the smiles of those that walk beside us. Enjoy the sunrise. Enjoy all the little things, because those things are easy to love. And the more we practice loving those little things, then when the big things that come up that are much, much harder to find love in, around, and for, we've got momentum. We've got practice. So run your race well, relatives. Slow down. Enjoy the beauty. And remember, as the grandfather told the young runner, when things get dark, when you feel lost, remember your prayers. Thank you, great Creator, for the beauty of this land. Thank you for my friends and my relatives. Thank you for my voice, for my strength, for my life. Thank you for the eternal support and grace that you have given us, and the space you have given us to learn and grow. Thank you, great Creator, for all that is, all that was, and all that will be. Much love, relatives. Have a beautiful day.